Hey friends, welcome back to another fun Bible story time. Today we have a special story about a man named Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus was a tax collector and people didn't really like him. But something amazing happened when he met Jesus. Are you ready to find out what happened? Let's dive into the story. Zacchaeus lived in a town called Jericho. Now, Zacchaeus had a job that made him a little bit unpopular. He was a tax collector. Tax collectors took money from people and gave it to the government. But Zacchaeus wasn't always fair. He would often take extra money from people and keep it for himself. This made people really mad at him. Because of this, Zacchaeus wasn't very well liked. People thought he was selfish and dishonest. He was lonely, and even though he had money, he didn't have many friends. One day, something amazing happened. Jesus was passing through Jericho. People had heard so much about Jesus, how he healed the sick, performed miracles, and showed love to everyone. The crowd gathered to see Jesus, hoping to hear his words and maybe even see a miracle. Now Zacchaeus had heard about Jesus and he wanted to see him too. But there was a problem. Zacchaeus was short and the crowd was so big that he couldn't see over their heads. He really wanted to see Jesus, but how could he do that? Zacchaeus didn't give up. He had an idea. He ran ahead of the crowd and climbed up into a sycamore tree. From up there, he would have a great view of Jesus as he walked by. Zacchaeus was very excited to see Jesus. He was getting the chance to see him up close. As Jesus walked through the crowd, he stopped and looked up at the tree. And do you know what he did?
Zacchaeus, come down immediately. I must stay at your house today.
Can you imagine that? Jesus called out to Zacchaeus by name. He didn't say, "Zacchaeus, you're a tax collector, you've done wrong." No, Jesus said, "I want to come to your house today." Jesus loved Zacchaeus and wanted to spend time with him, even though others might not have wanted to be near him. Zacchaeus was super excited. He quickly came down from the tree and welcomed Jesus with joy. He couldn't believe it. Jesus wanted to come to his house. But the people in the crowd weren't very happy about this. They started complaining, "Jesus has gone to be the guest of a sinner." That's right, the people thought, why would Jesus spend time with Zacchaeus? He's a tax collector, a sinner. But Jesus had a different plan. While Jesus was in Zacchaeus' house, something amazing happened. Zacchaeus realized that he had made a lot of mistakes in his life. He wasn't treating people fairly and he wanted to change. So, in front of everyone, Zacchaeus said something wonderful.
Look, Lord, here and now I give half of my possessions to the poor, and if I have cheated anybody out of anything, I will pay back 4 times the amount.
Wow! Zacchaeus promised to make things right. He promised to give back to the poor and return 4 times what he had taken from anyone. This was a huge change in his heart. He wanted to make things right and do the right thing from now on. Then Jesus said,
Today salvation has come to this house, because this man too is a son of Abraham. For the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost.
Jesus was saying that Zacchaeus wasn't too far gone. Even though he had made mistakes, Jesus came to help people just like him. People who needed help and wanted to change. Jesus came to save everyone, no matter what they had done before. So, what can we learn from the story of Zacchaeus? Well, we learn that no matter what we've done, Jesus loves us. He doesn't look at our past mistakes. He looks at our hearts and wants to help us change for the better. Zacchaeus showed us that when we open our hearts to Jesus, we can make things right and start fresh. Stay brave, stay kind, and keep following Jesus. Jesus loves you. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Bible adventures. See you next time.